Good morning. Welcome to Mainline Unitarian Church, and welcome to all of you who are watching online. My name is Deirdre Gordon, a member of the Board of Trustees. Our worship team includes Reverend William Cluley, our interim minister for congregational care, Dawn Starr Sayers Borschelt, the director of learning and family ministries, Paul Costa, our worship associate, and music today is provided by the multi-generational choir and community orchestra with music director David Brown, featuring the MLUC dancers. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation. We are diverse in faith and spirituality, but aligned in our desire to make a difference for the good. Today, we come together to support our shared and individual quests for meaning and purpose in life, and to bring more compassion, justice, and responsible stewardship to our world. This is a place where love is at the center of all we do. You are welcome here. Everyone is always welcome here. If you are visiting with us this morning, we are so glad that you are here. We hope that after the service, you'll join us for coffee and conversation in the fireside room just across the hall. There is one announcement. On Sunday, December 8th, we will commence our final Family Promise hosting of 2024. We will feed and provide overnight lodging for up to 3 unhoused families for that full week. Please visit the atrium after the service to sign on to the many volunteer opportunities that are still available. And now, please silence your electronic devices and join me in affirming our mission. Together, we transform lives through love, service, and our welcoming faith.
Our chalice lighting this morning is Give Thanks, Feel Alive, Know Love by Leah Derlin-Jones. As we light this flame, we remember friends and loved ones near and far, and we give thanks. As the fire burns brightly, we open our minds and hearts to new ways of being, and we feel alive. As the room glows with warmth and kindness, we extend our circle ever wider to welcome those who want to come in, and we know love. Blessed be. Please stand in body and spirit for our opening hymn, number 67, We Sing Now Together.
there was a great chef who was famous throughout the land. She was so good she taught other people how to cook, and their food was almost as tasty as hers. Just for fun, she would throw fancy dinner parties once a month. Everyone wanted to be invited to these dinners. For these dinners, she would instruct her student chefs to cook new and extravagant dishes. The dinner guests, in awe of the chef's skills, would spend the dinner savoring each bite. All you would hear would be quiet little oohs and ahs.
Because she wanted to always feature new goodies to eat at all her parties, she would travel far and wide all over the land to experience new food. Everywhere she went, the town would honor her. The best cooks would create dishes unique to their region. The great chef tasted all of them and requested the recipes of the dishes she liked the best. As you can imagine, she ate a lot of food, and she knew a great deal about how to prepare the best meals.
So one evening, while traveling home, the chef stopped at a small country house where a mother, a brother, and a sister lived. She stopped to ask for directions to a hotel, really, but the family insisted that she spend the night with them. Happily, she was just in time for dinner. The mother took a casserole out of the oven and put it on the table. The brother tossed a salad with different vegetables. The sister put some bread on the table and sliced it.
Let me help.
The chef said, as she set the table for the four of them. The salad might need to move over a little bit. Everyone sat down. And the family held hands. The mother spoke a blessing. The mother will need the microphone.
To have food upon the table
Say it louder.
is a blessing. The sunset and the possibility of another sunrise tomorrow
is a blessing.
The love of family, the warmth of friendship, and the grace of the Spirit
Is a blessing.
Then they laughed, happy that the chef had joined in their grace.
They ate, and during the meal, everyone told stories about their day. The chef could not believe how delicious the food was. She didn't want the dinner to end. All things must end, however, and off to bed the children went.
Off to bed.
May I have the recipes?
The
The mother was flattered that the chef had so enjoyed their simple meal. In the morning, the chef rode on toward home, and when she got home, she went straight to the kitchen, gave the young chefs the recipes, and told them to start preparation for a dinner party tomorrow night. Thank you to our actors. You may go and sit down now.
The family in this story made of their hearts and their home a holy place, blessed with love and amazing grace. Let us rise and sing hymn number 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place, together.
This month's offering outreach partner is Providence Relief Organization, or in Hungarian, Gondviseles Segélyszervezet. They are the outreach organization of the Unitarian Church in Transylvania, providing disaster relief and outreach support. In 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, its people fled with little time to do more than grab their children and a few belongings. And border countries, including Romania, saw wave after wave of refugees. The staff and volunteers of Gondviseles acted immediately to help these refugees, setting up feeding tables in the train stations and hosting and resettling refugee families. They also started collecting clothing, food, and medical supplies for those who stayed in Ukraine and delivering those supplies to churches, hospitals, and shelters. The people doing this work are friends of our congregation. Our recent travelers met some of them, including the organization's director, Reverend Attila Vajas, who is from our partner church in Varfala. Unitarian ministers, seminarians, Unitarian high school youth, and some of the refugees themselves also volunteer. These devoted volunteers are our partners in faith and action. Your contributions will go directly to supporting the needs of the Ukrainian people. Please give generously. If you would like to make a donation online, follow the instructions that you see on the screen behind me. If you are in the sanctuary, you can also scan the QR code that is on the order of service to make a cashless donation. The offering will now be gratefully received. Candles of Community is MLUC's ritual of personal sharing and support in a trusted and safe environment. After each candle is lit, please join me in saying, "We hold you in our hearts." Dawn Fastigi shares that her husband, Ken Dorosky, died on November 21st, surrounded by his mother, siblings, children, and grandchildren. They held him and recalled his adventures, his silliness, his steadfastness, and his commitment to his family and profession. Dawn shares that Ken was a truly good person, and we will miss him so. For Dawn and all that loved Ken, we hold you in our hearts. And for all those joys and concerns that are being held, some too deep for words, we light a candle, and we hold you in our hearts.
Tomorrow came. The guests arrived, and the casserole, salad, and bread were served. The chef took a bite and chewed. Something was wrong. Something was missing. This was not like the meal she had at the farmhouse. She ordered the students to explain what they had done differently. But they promised they had only followed the recipes. So she sent someone to go into the farmhouse to bring the mother to her house. The mother came and asked the chef, and the chef asked her what missing ingredient had she left out of the recipe.
Did you and your guests make the meal together? What's missing cannot fit into a recipe. Did you and your guests make the meal together? Did you hold fast to each other while giving thanks? Did you share your stories during the meal?
No, we didn't do any of those things.
None of that had happened. Then the chef realized that sharing a meal together, what we call breaking bread together, was about more than just eating good food. It was about working together, sharing lives and sharing laughs. It was about being thankful for the food, not because it was fancy or the best, but because being together to enjoy the food would nourish you, your family, and your friends.
After that, the chef decided to give smaller, more intimate dinner parties. She and her guests worked together with the student chefs, and they would all sit together, give thanks, and enjoy the very best of meals. Now, sometimes at church we try to follow a recipe. We want the worship service and our children's classes and our adult classes and our social action programs and our committee meetings to be fancy. We want to be the best church. We could be the best, fanciest church, and it might not fill us up. It matters more that we are together and that we nourish each other than how fancy we are. It matters that we are thankful to be together. It matters that we work together. It matters that we enjoy each other. It matters that we dance together. It matters that we be guided by inward love, freely given.
My name is Donna Feltman, and I want to tell you a little bit about the dance that you're about to see and possibly do. The dance that we have prepared for you today is a harvest dance, and the movements are very simple, designed so that even you sitting in your seats can, if you feel like it, if the Spirit moves you, this is what it is. We prepare the soil by digging. We spread the seeds. We cover those seeds. See, it's really simple. We call to the thunder, and to the rain, and the sun. Our dancers will then go down the aisles, imagining creating crops and plants, maybe vines or trees, bushes. Use your imagination. After they get to the back, then they'll come forward again, harvesting. So if you've grown anything in your seats, they might be reaching over you and reaching for something there. And then we'll come up front and we'll show you our big baskets of bounty. So we thank you very much. I hope you enjoy.
At this time, would those who have brought bread to share today please bring it forward to the table? As our bread for today's bread communion is brought forward to our crowded table, we invite you into a time of meditation with words from the Reverend Michael Tino. Seeds scattered on fertile ground are warmed by the sun and fed by the soil. They sprout and grow, producing great fields of grain. The grain is harvested and ground into flour and shipped across the nation. The flour is mixed with yeast and water and salt and kneaded and allowed to rise and baked to make bread. The bread is broken in the sacred space of this worship service and shared in this community of love. The breaking of bread is an ancient ritual of community and memory, celebrated in many different traditions and many different ways. Today, as we approach the American celebration of Thanksgiving, we break bread together to celebrate the abundance of the harvest, the hard work of all who made our lives possible, and the community that gathers here to worship together. These loaves were baked with love, abundant love, love that multiplies all that is around it. We offer you the bread of community.
We are going to bless this bread and our community as the family in the story blessed their meal and themselves. After we say the blessing, you will be invited to come forward, choose a piece of bread, and return to your seat to eat it. This is chaos. There's no order. Just do it when you're ready. But while you eat, turn to someone sitting near you and greet them. Talk a little bit. Share something about your life. The words for the blessing are printed in the order of service, so that if you choose, you may take them with you this week if you attend a Thanksgiving feast to share with those you love. Or not, it's optional. Let us hold fast to each other. If you feel comfortable, you may join hands with those who are near you. And let us speak this blessing together. Your part is just a blessing.
To have food upon the table
is a blessing. The sunset and the possibility of another sunrise tomorrow is a blessing. The love of family, the warmth of friendship, and the grace of the Spirit is a blessing.
There is gluten-free bread and vegan bread, clearly marked so that those with special dietary needs can partake. If there is a dietary need we didn't take into account, please let us know afterwards so that we can be more inclusive next time.
I was thinking about putting the salad down for anybody who really doesn't want bread.
If you need someone to bring you a piece of bread, please raise your hand or otherwise get our attention and we will help. Please come forward now up the center aisle and return to your seat by the side aisles if possible.
invite you to rise in body or spirit as you are willing to sing our closing hymn, number 1010, We Give Thanks. In the words, almost, of a song that I love, the door is always open, your picture's on our wall, everyone's a little broken, and everyone belongs. We want a church with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on this world while we're able, and may the spirit of love bring us back together when the day is done. I invite you to remain in the room for the postlude with our choir, orchestra, and conductor.